I'm going to talk about one of my favorite concepts, something I use constantly in my games and that can help you improve as well. Throughout my journey, I've noticed that most players focus on strategies related to heroes, hero builds, the meta, and the most optimal ways to win a lane, a teamfight, or even the entire game. All of these topics are interesting in their own way, but they share a common issue that very few people notice or truly take advantage of. I'm talking about the human being behind all of these mechanics. We can talk all day about which builds work, which heroes are strong in the current meta, or the best way to manage a lane. But none of that matters much if, during a match, we forget to focus on what truly matters: the human player on the other side of the screen. It might sound strange to put in this way. After all, we are playing against other players, right? They have an in-game identity, and because of anonymity, they don't always behave the same way they would in real life, and you be right to some extent. However, if we can hide parts of who we are, there are behaviors, habits, and patterns that are most impossible to conceal. As I've mentioned in my previous videos, real self-worth is something very few players actually do. This brings us to theory of mind, the ability to understand other people's thoughts and intentions. In-game, this allows you to anticipate enemy movement, coordinate better with your team, and make smarter decisions. We all have moments where we instinctively feel that something is about to go wrong, something even before enemies appears on the map. Some people call this luck, but it's actually a manifestation of theory of mind. For example, if you see mid laner pushing too early and you understand their timing, mana state and enemy positions, you can anticipate a gank and prepare a counterplay. Or if you know the enemy carry tends to force aggressive fights right after completing an item, you can place wards and position yourself to punish that impatience. In these seemingly simple situations, two very different mindsets appear. Either you ask yourself, what are these players doing at this level with these heroes? What's correct play here? Or you've spent the entire game identifying players, patterns, and anticipating what they are going to do next. That difference in perspective is fundamental to your development as a player. Most players, even at high levels, rely on the first approach. It's easy to depend on general knowledge, statistics, and probabilities than to focus on the human being behind the hero. And yet, once you start integrating this way of thinking into your gameplay, you will begin making decisions and plays you would never have considered before. The best part? You can apply this even more easily to your teammates, because from the very start of the game, you already have your human players on your side. The better you understand the people behind the heroes in the match, the more options you give yourself to maneuver optimally. You'll avoid traps and ganks more often, improve team coordination, and become proactive, capable of setting the pace of the game instead of reacting to enemy actions. To do this, I'd suggest becoming much more observant. Pay attention to habits and patterns from both your enemies and your teammates. Ask yourself questions regularly. What is this player thinking? What are they likely to do next? Then test your prediction in-game and analyze the results. And finally, repeat this process as often as possible. The more you repeat it, the more natural and intuitive it becomes.